Next is your 8086 16-bit microprocessor. In the 8086 16-bit microprocessor is an enhanced version of 8085 microprocessor that was designed by Intel in 1976. It is a 16-bit microprocessor having a 20 address lines and 16 data lines that provides up to 1 MB storage. So total कितने lines होते हैं, total कितने pins होते हैं, there is a 40 pins are there in the pin diagram. Okay, it consists of a powerful instruction set which provides operation like a multiplication and division easily. It supports two modes of operation, that is a maximum mode and minimum mode. Maximum mode is suitable for a system having a multiple processes and minimum mode is suitable for a single processor. Okay, minimum mode जो है that is depend upon the single and maximum mode is a multiple. What are the features are included in a 8086? It has an instruction queue which is capable of storing 6 instruction byte from the memory, resulting in a faster processing. It was the first 16-bit processor having a 16-bit ALU, 16-bit register, 16-bit internal data bus and 16-bit external data bus, resulting in a faster processing. So this is about the 16-bit microprocessor. Next is the what are the features are more included in a 8086 microprocessor. First is your single 5-volt power supply. Second, clock speed range of 5 to 10 megahertz, capable of executing about the 0.33 millions instruction per second, that is the MIPS. It is a 16-bit processor having a 16-bit ALU, 16-bit register, internal data bus and 16-bit external data bus, resulting in a faster processing. It uses two stages of pipelining, fetch stage and execute stage, which improves the performance. Third is your fetch stage can prefetch up to 6 bytes of instructions and stores them in the queue. It has a 256 interrupt. So this is the features of a 8086. So now we will see the pin diagram of a 8086. Then we will study about the architecture. First we will study about the pin diagram of total. In the 8086 we have a 40 pin, for 20 pins on a left side and 20 pins on the right side. So the 40 pin IC but has a few separate pin configuration for a minimum and maximum mode. Sorry, the slides are. The 8086 can operate in two mode. These are the minimum mode and maximum mode. For minimum mode, a unique processor system with a single 8086, and for maximum mode is a multi-processor system with a more than one 8086. So this is the pin diagram. In this diagram, you can show there is a 20 pin on one side and 20 pins on other side. So total is your 40 pin wala pin configuration. Okay, यहाँ पे एक side is for a maximum mode and one side is for a minimum mode. Minimum mode मतलब उसका single processing होगा और maximum mode मतलब वहाँ पे multiple process होगा. So pin number 1 define the VSS, that is your ground. Then from pin number, अब एड्रेस और डेटा लाइन, अब जो एड्रेस और डेटा लाइन्स है दैट इज फ्रॉम 0 to 15. 0 to 15 यहाँ पे आपको दिखाई दे रहा है, दैट इज AD. सो नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट ऑफ द पिन नंबर 16 to pin number 2. You have to write the AD0, AD1, AD2, AD3, AD4, AD5, AD6, AD7, AD8, AD9, AD10, AD11, AD12, AD13 and AD14. So this is the one side pin. From pin number 16 to, देखो, the first pin is your VCC, the 20th pin is your VCC, that means you can consider as a ground. Okay, the rest of the pin, so from the pin number 15 to 2, you have to write the AD0 to AD14, and after that here on the pin number 39 you have to write the AD15. So here you have to write the NMI, that is a non-maskable interrupt. Then interrupt pin number 18, and then you have added the clock and then the pin of the ground. That is a VSS. Then for the pin number 40 we have a VCC. 39 we have a AD15. 38 we have a status signal, that is a S3, S4, S5, S6, S7 until the 34 pin. Then in the 34 pin we have a burst high enable signal, that is S7. Then in the pin number 33 we have a MN and MX bar. On the 32 we have RD bar. Then 31 RQ bar, GT bar hold, that is a 10. And for the 30 we have RQ dash GT 11 for HLDA. Then the lock bar right for S1 status signal, we have a 3 status signal, S0, S1, S2. Then we have a input output WIO/M in a minimum mode, DTR bar, DEN bar, ALE and INTA bar. Then we have a QS0, QS1 on pin number 24 and 25. 23 we have a test, 22 we have a ready, and 21 we have a reset. From pin number 39 to 35 we have a address data bus. So that's why it is called as a address data line is of a 16 bit. Okay, address and data line of the 16. We are define the minimum and maximum mode. So you can see here 40 pin in 8086 microprocessor. Next we will describe the pins. First is your VCC pin number 40. At this pin, the external power supply is provided, positive 5 volt is provided to the processor. VSS pin number 1 and 20. These two pins are ground. मतलब यहाँ पे जो pin number 1 और pin number 20 है, that is defined as the ground. This pin directs the extra current of the microprocessor to ground. Then AD0 to AD15, pin number 2 to 16 and 39. These are the multiplex address and data bus. We know that the 8086 microprocessor has a 20-bit address bus and 16-bit data bus. So the 16 lines of the address and data bus are multiplexed together so as to reduce the number of lines inside the IC. We are aware of the fact that at a time either address or data will be transmitted by the bus. So at a particular time only either the address or data bus will be enabled from the multiplex buses. मतलब at a time हम लोग एक तो एड्रेस भेज सकते हैं या तो डेटा भेज सकते हैं. जब हम लोग एड्रेस भेजेंगे तभी एड्रेस की लाइन अनेबल रहेंगी और जब डेटा भेजेंगे तब डेटा की लाइन अनेबल रहेंगी. सो दैट इज योर एड्रेस एंड डेटा बस. Then A16 S3, A17 S4, A18 S5 and A19 S6. Pin number 35 to 38. Pin number 35 to 38. Out of 20 address bit, 4 are present in a multiplex form with the status signal. In case of memory operation, these pins act as the address bus and contain the memory address of any particular instruction of a data. However, from input-output operation, these pins are low. That shows the status of the processor. जब भी आपका input-output operation होगा, तभी pins are क्या show करेगा status low. Basically, the signal at S3 and S4 show the which segment in its currently access. मतलब basically the signal at S3 and S4 show that which segment is currently accessed by the microprocessor among the 4 segment present in it. जब S3 और S4 सिग्नल होगा तभी वो शो करेगा कि कौन सा सिग्नल सेगमेंट करंटली एक्सेस हो रहा है और एक्टिव है फ्रॉम द 4 सेगमेंट. Next is your S5. When S5 is enabled, shows the presence of an interrupt in the microprocessor. So basically it serves an interrupt flag. The signal at S6 shows the status of the bus master for the current operation. More simply, we can say whether the 8086 is the bus master or any other proficient device is acting as the bus master. Next is here, when 0 is present as the signal at this pin, then it indicates the 8086 is holding the access of the bus, otherwise it is high. So this is the some description. Now we will see the now we will see the table of S3 and S4. Suppose S3 और S4 डिजेबल्ड है, मतलब 0 0 है, तो आपका स्टेटस मतलब होगा एक्स्ट्रा सेगमेंट में जाएगा. अगर आपका S3 0 है और S4 आपका अनेबल्ड है तो स्टैक सेगमेंट में जाएगा. अगर आपका S3 1 है और S4 0 है तो वो कोर सेगमेंट और आइडियल स्टेट में रहेगा. और दोनों दोनों भी 1 है मतलब कहाँ पे जाएगा, डेटा सेगमेंट पे. सो दिस इज द ट्रुथ टेबल फॉर द S3 एंड S4. S3 एंड S4 कब रहेगा? S3 एंड S4 क्या बोला कि हम लोग को पता चलेगा कि कौन सा सेगमेंट करंटली एक्सेस है फ्रॉम इन द माइक्रो प्रोसेसर फ्रॉम द 4 सेगमेंट. तो यहाँ पे टेबल दिया है. अगर 0 0 रहेगा तो ES, 0 1 रहेगा तो SS, 1 0 रहेगा तो CS और 1 1 रहेगा तो DS. अगर S5 है तो इंटरप्ट फ्लैग रहेगा. S6 है तो बस मास्टर शो करेगा. ठीक है. देन योर BHE S7 बस हाई अनेबल. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड पिन नंबर 34. बस हाई अनेबल में क्या होगा? The combination of a bus high enable signal and S7 status informs about the existence of the data on the bus. Also, different combinations show whether the bus is containing overall 16 bit upper byte data और lower byte data. ओके, अब यहाँ पे कैसा है, अगर बस अनेबल रहेगा, अगर 0 0 रहेगा तो सारे के सारे 16 बिट एक्सेस रहेंगे, मतलब 0 to 16 के जितने भी पिन रहेंगे वो अनेबल रहेंगे. अगर 0 to 1 रहेगा तो अपर बाइट मतलब क्या, 8 से लेके 15 तक के अप विल बी एक्सलेस. अगर 1 0 रहेगा तो अपर बाइट विल बी एक्सेस और 1 1 रहेगा तो नन और आइडियल स्टेट. आई थिंक सो 1 0 इज फॉर लोअर बाइट बट देयर इज अपर बाइट विल बी एक्सेस. 1 0 रहेगा तो अपर बाइट विल बी एक्सेस. सो दिस डिफाइन द कौन से सिग्नल हाई अनेबल है, कौन से सिग्नल लो अनेबल है. 0 0 रहेगा तो सारे के सारे ऑल 16 बिट विल बी एक्सेस. 0 1 रहेगा तो अपर बाइट विल बी एक्सेस. 1 0 रहेगा तो अपर बाइट विल बी एक्सेस एंड 1 1 रहेगा तो नन और आइडियल स्टेट. नेक्स्ट इज योर MN and MX bar. Pin number 33. The status at this particular pin shows the whether the process is in the operating minimum mode or maximum mode. A single 0 at this pin informs that the 8086 is operating in a maximum mode, multiple processor, while single 1 shows the operation under minimum mode, single processor. Then your RD bar, pin number 32. An active low signal at this pin shows that the microprocessor is performing read operation with either memory or input devices. Clock काय करतं? Pin number 19. A signal at this pin provides the timing to the internal operation that are being executed inside the microprocessor. RD मतलब क्या कि कौन रीड ऑपरेशन हो रहा है आइदर इन मेमोरी और इनपुट आउटपुट डिवाइसेस, तभी एक्टिव लो सिग्नल रहेगा. क्लॉक मतलब क्या इंटरनल ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, कौन से टाइमिंग के ऊपर, आर बीइंग एग्जीक्यूटेड इनसाइड द माइक्रो प्रोसेसर. नेक्स्ट इज योर नॉन मास्केबल इंटरप्ट, पिन नंबर 17. These are basically uncontrollable interrupt generated inside the processor. When an NMA occurs, then an interrupt service routine is generated by the interrupt vector table. Then test. Pin number 23. This pin basically shows the wait instruction. Whenever a low signal at this pin occur, then the processing inside the processor continues. As against in case of high signal, the processor has to wait the disabling of this pin. INTR, pin number 18. INTR stand for interrupt request. The processor after each clock cycle sample the interrupt, and if the signal at this pin is found to be high, then the process controls that interrupt internally. Next is your ready pin number 22. मतलब डेटा सेंड करने के लिए रेडी है या नहीं. दिस सिग्नल यूज बाय द पेरिफेरल एंड मेमोरी डिवाइसेस in order to show the readiness for the next operation. रेडी है या नेक्स्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन या नहीं एग्जीक्यूशन के लिए. एंड what are the reset pin number 21. Whenever this pin is enabled, then it reset the processor and other devices connected to the system by immediately terminating the recent task. Okay, अगर आपको रीसेट करना है, इंस्ट्रक्शन को रीसेट करना है, तो यू कैन रीसेट द इंस्ट्रक्शन. Now we will see the pins in